Hey, Expanded Wrestling Universe, wherever you are, whoever you are, what the hell are you watching? I'm most infamous Georgia Giant Midget. I'm here to speak the good word of professional wrestling. For all you wrestling robot alien zombie monsters out there, this is for Make Them Submit TV. This episode will be about, sometimes you might want to go to a show, go to something different in professional wrestling, and you might not, you think about it and stuff. Go to these things, check them out and stuff like that. There's a new trend that I guess, your hardcore legend Mick Foley has started, where professional wrestlers have gone into comedy, or at least telling funny wrestling stories. A few people have done this. I know Dolph Ziggler is telling jokes and stuff. Who the hell is Dolph Ziggler? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, and of course, Bill Apter of who wrote the book and try to pick this book up if you get the chance, is Wrestling Fix. I didn't know it was broken, by Bill Apter. I never got to see Mick Foley, but I did get to see Bill Apter's one-man show in Philadelphia. And so if you guys get the chance to go check these things out, I recommend that you do. Now, of course, moving along, what we're talking about right now is that Hacksaw Jim Duggan has gotten into this. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is doing a 2x4 comedy tour, and so check that out. Find out if you could make it to one of these things. If you do, I highly recommend it. I totally give it a thumbs up and a hold for all that stuff. All right. Now, the show that I had went to, real quick, was the one in Poughkeepsie, New York. The Laugh It Up Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie, New York. And as you can see, they're going to be doing another one soon with Jim Cornette. So quick shout out to the Laugh It Up Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie, New York. Now, I'm 2 hours away from Poughkeepsie, New York. But like I said, if you get these opportunities, hey, you never know. It might be experience of a lifetime. So it's all about priceless moments. So go ahead with yourself. All right. Now, I made the trip, and glad I made the trip. Never been to the place where they was holding it. It's held at a restaurant called Mahoney's Bar and Grill, Poughkeepsie, New York. The place was very clean. The food was great. The venue was great. It had a great turnout. So, Laugh It Up Club, Poughkeepsie, New York, Mahoney's Bar and Grill restaurant. And give a shout out to my roommate Cindy for finding me cool souvenirs as she went into the women's bathroom and got this for me on her way out. Moving along. Now, the opening of the show was very great. The icebreaker was some guy, local radio station, radio personality that came on in. Word Life. I didn't get his name, but he had a very humble, honest childhood story as a wrestling fan, watching Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Yokozuna. The crazy part of that his mom called 911 throughout all that, and I don't want to give it all away, but a great little cute story. And like I said, Word Life, I didn't get his name, but he was rocking a cool Back to the Future Part 2 hat. You know how people was dressing back in the year 2015. The year is 2016 now, so we're moving along. But he gets a thumbs up and a ho. Now, opening for Hacksaw, if we could zoom in on this, was a guy named Kenny Casanova. Now, Kenny Casanova, for those that don't know, the guy's a trip. He's a hell of a guy, hell of a personality. The guy's a character, plays many roles, in the indie wrestling circuits and stuff like that, upstate New York. Has been a ring announcer, a manager, has played manager as Kimchi for Kamala. As you see right here. And he co-wrote the book with Kamala. That's Kamala's real name, and Kenny Casanova. And so I haven't read the book, but once I do, that'll be a whole nother video. And like I said, Bill after is Wrestling Fix. I didn't know it was broken. I will be talking about his one-man show in Philadelphia in another video. Please stay tuned. Okay. Also, Kenny Casanova, hell of a DJ. Book him, find him, Google him, do what you gotta do. He's on Facebook, wherever. Look him up. He's a hell of a guy. Material was great. You gotta know him, but his material is great, and I actually want more from him. I wish he had more time on the show. So thumbs up and a hold to him. And for those who think, oh, you wasn't at the show, what the hell are you talking about? Hey, got the tickets right here. Got the tickets right here. I was there, I swear. All right, now moving along. We're gonna talk about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, talk that. So all right. And like I said, we're talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan 2x4 tour. Laugh It Out Comedy Club, Poughkeepsie, New York. What show I went to go see. Now, for those that already know Hacksaw Jim Duggan, he's a blast to be around. For those that don't know, pretty much how you see him on TV is pretty much how he is. His whole show, his whole life and career was laid down from A to Z. He didn't leave nothing out, from winning the first Royal Rumble all the way up to his last Royal Rumble experience, where he got nothing but love from, of course, the WWE Universe and nothing but his peers. I've met Hacksaw Jim Duggan a few times, as you can see over here. Now, on July 25th, 1988, I was 8 years old, and I went to go see Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Andre the Giant in a lumberjack match. And he's usually asked what's a match that stands out in his career, and it's usually that match. I'm usually somewhere in the back going, hey, I was there, and believe me, anytime I meet him, I always mention that, of course, you know. So his whole show, he runs it all down. He didn't leave nothing out. He talks about his time in Glens Falls, to time in pro football, to becoming a pro wrestler, to meeting Fritz Von Erich, to going to Hawaii to work for Peter Maivia, to coming back to the States to work for Bill Watts all the way up to his WWE career. He mentioned to throw in a few jokes here and there, which was pretty cool with his storytelling. One I would like to mention, if he ever changed his name like Warrior, and his whole family named to be Hacksaw, he would name his kids would have to be Saw 1 and Saw 2, you know? Anyway, like I said, he's a hell of a guy to be around. That's me, of course, not Rey Mysterio. Got the mask right here. Anyway, talked about some of his peers, some stories of Jake the Snake Roberts, Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, The Undertaker, of course, The Iron Sheik. Talked about his time on TV, time from anywhere from Double Dare all the way up to Duck Dynasty, to doing the show The Legends House, having a bromance with Roddy Piper and all that stuff, which led to a movie called Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. I recommend you check all that stuff out if you can. The first time I met him was very special, but we'll get into that just in a second. Was at the Wrestling Hall of Fame, and no, not the WWE Hall of Fame, which don't exist, the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, which does exist, which used to be located out here in Amsterdam, New York, but It relocated to Texas, and we'll talk about that another time. The second time was cool. Got to meet his sister. So some things happen like that. And so this time, which was very special, that I get a kick out of, a person he talks highly of was his wife. So I got to meet his wife, and you know. So like the first time I met Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I was a volunteer at the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. I was with him for about 3 hours, you could say, doing the autograph signing and the photo ops for the fans and stuff like that. So after the line would, you know, calm down, you know, he had that hands-on time with us. And this is around the time Mick Foley started his thing, and he had all of us cracking up. And so, you know, but besides cracking up with all the fans coming in, had them laughing and leaving laughing, I mean, there was a quality there. If you know Jim Duggan, he's very charming, very entertaining, a professional. So it was very cool to see him go from making, you know, about 6 of us laugh, you know, when it was all just 6 of us at the Hall of Fame, to making a room full of about 60 people laugh, you know, from, you know, the time of the Hall of Fame to this. Awesome, you know, even though like I pretty much saw it hands-on the first time, I had to see it, you know, the show, you know, and like I said, he didn't leave nothing out. I picked his brain from A to Z, and so when I said he gave his pretty much a cool life and career story on stage, he pretty much did, and then he does a question and answer, which of course myself try to keep him there for an extra half hour, or whatever, you know, so like I said, I really didn't know how the 2x4 comedy tour was really gonna hold up. I heard Hacksaw Jim Duggan had some bad McDonald's a few days earlier. Didn't know if he was gonna have some food poisoning and not show up or stink up the joint, you know. Walk around like Pimp Jim Duggan, calling everybody hoes. I didn't know what kind of state of mind he was gonna be in, but it was hilarious as always. I give him and the whole show a big thumbs up and a ho. Tough guy. So for whatever 2 people that are watching this, whatever wrestling junkies that need your fix, I hope this was good enough to hold you over until your next stop. With that being said, of course, the wrestling force is with you. Georgia Giant Midget for Make Them Submit TV, and peace. Until next time.